Welcome to your A to Z guide to the 2021 Styrian Grand Prix, the first of two races held at the Red Bull Ring. Formula One heads to the beautiful Styrian Mountains for a doubleheader around the shortest lap of the F1 calendar. In this video, we're going to take a look at the track facts and circuit history of the Red Bull Ring, while also looking at the weekend notes heading into race 2 of this triple header. There's a lot of important information about this circuit, so let's get right into the track facts for the Red Bull Ring. Although the Red Bull Ring is the shortest lap time on the current calendar, the 4.3-kilometer circuit is actually only the 5th shortest in length. The 10 corners are the fewest of all tracks this year, and you have 3 corners that go to the left and 7 that go to the right. It's a roller coaster ride of elevation changes and straight line dashes, so the downforce requirement is rated as medium to high in Austria. Drivers will spend 74% of their lap time at full throttle and experience 5.1 G going through turn 9, which is the 3rd highest G-force registered all season. Qualifying in Spielberg is actually very close, but the pole sitter this Sunday will start on the left-hand side of the grid, with the distance to the first braking zone being 245 meters. This track always provides great entertainment because it promotes a lot of overtaking with its 3 DRS zones. In 2 races here in 2020, there were 72 on-track overtakes, and 76% of those were aided by DRS. Through various different names, including the Styrian and Austrian Grand Prix, there have been 34 F1 World Championship races at this circuit in its history. The most successful constructor in Austria has been McLaren and Mercedes, who share 18% of the total victories with 6 each. Right behind them come Ferrari with a total of 5 victories, one of those being quite a memorable one for the wrong reasons, and then Williams, who have won 3 times around this circuit. Since its return to the calendar in 2014, 3 current drivers account for 6% of the total wins in Spielberg. Max Verstappen, Valtteri Bottas, and Lewis Hamilton have 2 wins each, with the Mercedes duo sweeping both races here last season. Austria can be a race of attrition at times depending on the conditions, but historically there's a 27% chance of seeing the safety car deployed on a Sunday. The unpredictability of this race means that we really could get a winner from anywhere on the grid. The most wins at the Red Bull Ring have come from pole with 32%, but another 29% of drivers managed to win from outside of the top 3. Remember this stat for qualifying. 5 out of the last 9 pole positions have been decided by less than 1/10 of a second, so it's really anyone's game this weekend. Here you'll find the schedule for this weekend's Styrian Grand Prix for free practice, qualifying, and race sessions. We'll start the weekend notes by looking at the tentative forecast in the Styrian Mountains. As of midweek, the forecast calls for a dry weekend with warmer conditions as the weekend progresses. Race day will see the hottest temperature of the weekend with a high of 27 degrees, with a chance of rain coming in at only 25%. To see what effect the weather could have on the teams, let's now look at the tire allocation for the Styrian Grand Prix. For this first race in Austria, Pirelli will use the C2, C3, and C4 compounds for the weekend. This track is not especially demanding on the tires, so a one-stop strategy is to be expected. The following weekend's race will have a step softer allocation of the C3, C4, and C5 tyres for the 2021 Austrian Grand Prix. Not a lot of time in between these races, so it's been pretty quiet on the news front. So with that said, let's finish off this guide by looking at what we can expect from the Styrian Grand Prix. It's great to have 2 races in Austria, and I'm sure the Austrian-owned World Championship leaders are thinking the exact same thing. Red Bull will look to win their 4th race in a row and capitalize on the momentum that they've gained in the past few weeks. The margins between Verstappen and Hamilton are so close this year, so like we saw in France, the team strategy and secondary drivers could play a big role in deciding the winner. Mercedes has been up and down in Spielberg the last few seasons, and they've struggled in the past with the hotter temperatures in Austria. Spielberg's high altitude and lower ambient air pressure impact the cooling of the engines and the brakes, as the mass flow of air through the radiators and brake ducts is lower. You also have the harsh curbs at the Red Bull Ring that could easily damage the cars in qualifying or the race, so that's another factor that the likes of Mercedes and Red Bull will have to manage. Coming from France, Red Bull should be very strong at their home race, and the fresh Honda power unit will help them a lot on a DRS-heavy circuit. One thing I'll be looking out for is the rear tire degradation that we didn't see at Paul Ricard that is more common in Austria, with many drivers suffering with blisters in the past. It's safe to say that Mercedes will have to be at their very best to hold off the charge from both Verstappen and Perez, but anything can happen when we go racing in Austria. Triple headers are very tough on the teams, and a lot of points are handed out in a small amount of time. Reliability, maximum performance, and team execution will be the keys to success in the next few weeks in Austria, and much like the 2021 season so far, we have no idea who will come out on top come this Sunday afternoon, and that's exactly the way that we like it. Well, that will do it for your A to Z guide to the 2021 Styrian Grand Prix. Now, if you're a regular viewer of these race guides, please note that because next week's race is also at this same circuit, there will be no A to Z guide for the Austrian Grand Prix, of course because much of the info is the same. But be sure to stay tuned to our channel as we'll have all the post-race reaction to the Styrian Grand Prix early next week, so be sure to hit that subscribe button and the notification bell so you never miss a video. Thanks for watching, and we hope that you enjoy the race.